YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name is Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. In today's video, we have something a little different for you all, something that we typically don't do here on the channel. However, it has been requested by so many of you, and I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to shoot some really high-end 2011s. So of course, I'm talking about the Staccato XC and the Nighthawk TRS comp. So as always, I like to tell you guys how I go about getting these products in for review. If you're new here to the channel, then you're definitely going to want to go back and check out the two previous videos on each of these guns. The Nighthawk TRS comp belongs to our buddy Calvin. He was nice enough to send it to us for these videos. Additionally, I purchased this Staccato XC from the awesome team over at Rainier Arms in Washington a couple years back. Now, we have gotten so many questions and comments regarding which of these is better and which one you should spend your money on, so I figured since we have both of them here, why not take them out to the range, shoot them side by side. Now, I do want to preface this video by saying this. We typically don't do comparison videos on this channel. However, when I do, we're merely just giving my opinion about each firearm and what works for me and what I like. At the end of the day, if you are really torn between these two, it is going to be up to you to decide which features you like or don't like about each platform. All right, with that out of the way, let's go over how we have each of these guns set up for the range. The Nighthawk Custom TRS Comp Double Stack 1911 is equipped with a Trijicon SRO optic, a Surefire X300 Ultra weapon light, and a Terran Tactical magwell. This gun does not have ambidextrous safety. However, it does have their aluminum grip. Our Staccato XC is equipped with the Holosun 509T and a Surefire X300 Ultra as well. I have equipped this gun with a Chiliworks aluminum grip and magwell, which has been painted in a black camo pattern by the awesome team over at Extreme Shooters Grips. This gun also features an ambidextrous safety. Now, I wanted to keep both guns close to similar weight, so as you can see here, the Nighthawk TRS comp in this configuration weighs 2 pounds 13.8 ounces, and the Staccato XC in this configuration weighs 2 pounds 13.4 ounces. That's pretty dang close in my opinion, and I'm happy with that for this video. Now, adding this metal grip to my XC was done for a couple of reasons. After shooting the first Nighthawk video that we made, I found myself really liking the added weight of the metal grip. So I decided that I wanted to make my Staccato XC even better by putting a metal grip on it as well. This is the standard grip texture, which I have found to be more than enough in regards to grippiness. The second reason is that if I was choosing between these two guns and the XC was without the metal grip, then I would want the Nighthawk because I prefer that additional weight. Okay, now that we have the guns all set up, let's check out some of this range footage. As always, we like to record our first shots through the gun, so here is that footage now. All right guys, the day is finally here. I know a lot of you have been asking for a comparison video between the Staccato XC and the Nighthawk TRS comp that we have from our buddy Calvin. So a couple things real quick guys. I know I talked about it in studio, but we did change out the grip to a Chili grip on the XC. That way it was a metal grip, and I'll show you guys later why. That way we got it closer to the same weight and stuff. I'll put it on a scale and go over that. In addition to that, like I said in studio, our control ammo is going to be some 124 grain. That way everything stays very similar. But right now, I haven't actually shot the Staccato XC with this new Chili grip. I bought the Chili grip from Extreme Shooters. Our buddies over there always take really good care of us, and they did an awesome black camo paint job on it to go with like our multicam black stuff that we have in holster wise. So anyway, I want to get some shots through this first, and kind of I haven't shot this since our video that we did on it. So first shots through here like we always do in our videos, and then we'll get further into this. You guys know I typically don't like doing comparison videos, but I got so many requests for this, so I figured why not shoot them side by side and give you guys my thoughts. Anyway, enough talking, let's do some shooting. Here we go, some 124s. I'm going to just do about 5 to 10 rounds and see how it feels. Stand by. Oh my God, with this grip, like it gives it more weight, and like it didn't move at all. Like I literally feel like I'm shooting a 22. Okay, that is pretty sweet. And now I grab another mag. Now this is our buddy Calvin's Nighthawk TRS comp. Let's run this setup. I was messing with this before. Go into this right now so I can talk about it. Just cycling the actions manually. The Nighthawk TRS, like they're very, very similar. However, the Nighthawk just feels a little better. A little more like it's on rails, a little more like glass. The Staccato XC is still very nice, smooth cycling action, but I can just feel the tolerances here with that whole like one gun, one gunsmith build they do. You can definitely feel it right there. Anyway, here we go. I will say that initially side by side right there, I felt a little more recoil with the Nighthawk TRS comp versus this. So, and not sure if maybe putting a metal grip on here just makes it, obviously it does, but I'm wondering what caused that. So we'll get more into that as we shoot more. But let's go take a look at the grouping. It's pretty crazy all over the place. I'm shooting from about 10 yards away. We'll go take a look at that and then we'll get further into this. All right, guys, so here's the grouping from everything we just shot. I got two little flyers outside of this black circle here. This stuff is from the target behind it. It's just light shining through. But these are the only two flyers. I do want to confirm 0 before we get further into this, but I mean, I'll take that all day long. This is probably a 6-inch circle, and I'm not running like a super slow cadence, but definitely not doing click bang either, and I'll take that all day long. Now, something to note here, I noticed a very slight difference in recoil reduction with the XC over the Nighthawk TRS comp when shooting them side by side. When looking at both of the ports or compensator openings, you can see that the Staccato XC has a slightly larger opening. I also believe that the spring I have in the Staccato is a little lighter than the Nighthawk TRS, as you can pull back the slide of the XC with very little effort. Something else to note is that during the rest of the range session, they both felt the same in regards to recoil. I only noticed that slight difference when I shot them side by side in a very short time span. Now, I wanted Jade to shoot both guns side by side as well and give her thoughts, so here's that footage now. All right, guys, like we always do, I want to have other shooters get in on the mix, so Jade's up now. She's going to run the Staccato XC first with the Chile aluminum metal grip. Go for it. And now the Nighthawk TRS comp. Initial thoughts?
They feel very similar. I'm gonna be honest, it's really hard to tell. I don't know which one's better, which one's worse. They feel really good, both.
So this is a great example of why I like to have multiple shooters out on the range. As you just saw here, Jay didn't notice a difference at all. That just goes to show you how similar each gun is in regards to mitigating recoil. Next up, I wanted to shoot a 5-round group from 5 yards with each gun. This would allow me to reconfirm 0 with each red dot and show accuracy. All right, guys, this is the Staccato XC 5-round group just from 5 yards out. Here we go, stand by. And now we will do the TRS Nighthawk on the other side. All right, guys, now we're gonna shoot a 5-round group from 5 yards out with the Nighthawk TRS comp. All right, guys, this is a 5-round group at 5 yards with the Staccato XC. Here we go. All right, guys, this is a 5-round group at 5 yards with the Nighthawk TRS comp. All right, guys, this is a 5-round group from 5 yards out with the Staccato XC. All right, guys, this is a 5-round group from 5 yards out with the Nighthawk TRS comp. Now, this testing method is not an exact science, guys, as I am the variable in this experiment by introducing human error. From 3 different runs, you could see that I could get a nice tight group with both guns, showing that the XC and the TRS comp are both very accurate. You also could see that sometimes you mess up your grouping because you just suck. Next up, I wanted to shoot both guns with a side profile in slow motion. That way you could see how each gun recoils with 124 grain ammunition. All right, Staccato XC, 124 grain. Here we go. Nighthawk TRS comp, 124 grain. As you all just saw, they are very similar in regards to mitigating recoil, and we can all agree that they are both flat shooters. Next up, I wanted to run our favorite drill, the build drill. For our first runs, we ran it on some larger C-zone steel targets at about 7 yards out. All right, guys, so of course we have to run our favorite drill, the build drill, in this video. I'm going to do a few runs with the Staccato XC and then a few runs with the Nighthawk TRS comp, and then I will average out the times from there. For the first stage, we're gonna do the C-zone steel over here. Pan over for me. C-zone from TA targets, we're at 7 yards away, and then I'll switch over to some A-zone as well after this. I'm able to burn it down a little faster in the C-zone with the larger target. So anyway, here we go. Staccato XC, the Chile grip first, stand by. Six rounds clean in a 175, first shot 9.8. Let's go again, stand by. That was a 161, first shot 8.4. Do I have enough? I do. Here we go, stand by. And a 159, first shot 8.4. So let's try it out with the Nighthawk TRS comp now. All right, guys, now I'm gonna run some build drills with the Nighthawk TRS comp setup and see how we do for time. Here we go, stand by. Uh, 172, first shot 8.9 clean, stand by. 156, but I threw one round. And last one, here we go, stand by. Oh, the 148 clean. First shot 8.3. Man. And then let's talk about the split times real quick. So first shot was an 8.3, and then the split times are 15, 13, 12, 12, 13. That's insane for split time. So definitely in the build drill setup, I'm able to run the Nighthawk just a little faster on their trigger. So with a total of 6 runs, 3 for the Staccato XC and 3 for the Nighthawk TRS comp, we have some numbers to look at. Our times for the XC were 1.75, 1.61, and 1.59, while our times for the Nighthawk TRS comp were 1.72, 1.56, and 1.48. All right, guys, again, I am the variable of human error in this experiment. However, each run of this build drill, I was faster with the Nighthawk TRS comp. I definitely noticed that the trigger in the Nighthawk 1911, I am able to run it faster. I'm sure this is due to the gun being completely built by one single gunsmith, as their slogan is one gun, one gunsmith. With this being their motto and build philosophy, I'm sure that there is more attention to every little detail in this gun. However, that does come with a lengthy lead time, which we will get to later in this video. Now, I wanted to run the build drill again, however, this time with a much smaller target. I was using a really small A-zone target for this one. I performed the same experiment, 3 runs with each gun at 7 yards. Here's that footage now. All right, guys, so as promised, we're gonna run some more build drills on this tiny little A-zone target from TA Targets. This thing's actually, I think, only 5 or 6 inches wide. Something to note here, guys, on something like this, I'm not consistently gonna get sub 2 second build drills. So every once in a while, I'll get a 1.7 or 1.8 clean, but my goal right now is to run these as clean as I can on this tiny little guy. First up is gonna be the Staccato XC with the Chile grip, so let's see how we do. If we get a sub 2, great, but I just want some consistency and clean. Here we go. 209 clean, first shot was a 123. Here we go, stand by. Oh man, 197, but I threw the last round to the left. And one more, here we go, stand by. 198, and I threw it 1 round to the left, the 5th round. But split times for that were, first draw was a 115, 18, 16, 16, 17, 16. Let's switch it up and try out the Nighthawk TRS comp now. All right, guys, same drill, same target, but now with the Nighthawk TRS comp. Here we go. Stand by. .205 clean, first shot 119, stand by. .2 seconds flat, clean, 117. Here we go, stand by. 191 clean, first shot 108s. Check that out real quick.
It's a little too dark. Just got it.
Cool. And let's see, first shot was a 108 and splits were 17, 17, 15, 17, 17. So I was able to get cleaner build drills on that tiny little guy with the TRS comp over the XC. So as you guys just saw, running this drill on a smaller target, I was still faster and more accurate with the Nighthawk TRS comp. Now again, there will be a level of human error. However, I do have to wonder if running the larger field of view SRO red dot is making it a little easier to get on target faster. Ideally, if my draw stroke and presentation is consistent, it shouldn't matter, but there's definitely something really nice about that large field of view with the SRO. Even with that being said, I do prefer the close emitter red dots like this 509 because of durability reasons. Next up, I wanted to see what my split times were looking like if I was running this trigger as fast as I could. So let's check out this footage and then I'll come back here in studio and talk about it. All right guys, I'm just going to run the gun on this rubber dummy right here. The goal for this drill is just going to be what kind of split times we can get. So I'm going to try to run the trigger as fast as I can, 5 to 6 rounds, and then we'll take a look at the times. So this time we'll do, first gun will be the Nighthawk TRS comp. So on this buzzer, I'm not worried about the first shot time, but the split times. Here we go, stand by. All right, so 8 shots total, and splits are looking at 16, 17, 14, 17, 14, 16, 16. So now let's try it out with the Staccato XC. All right, so same drill now for split times, but with the Staccato XC and the Chile grips. Here we go, stand by. Got 6 shots here. First, I don't care about the first, but splits were 18, 14, 16, 13, 14. So very similar. Yeah, let's try some other stuff. So as you guys just saw, very similar split times among both guns, and yes, of course, it will be different for all of you as we all have different shooting capabilities. I will say this though, with the Staccato XC, I have noticed how light the trigger is. I have definitely fired off an extra round or two when running drills at speed because of how light that trigger is. This is something I talked about in my initial review video of the Staccato XC. While I enjoy the trigger out on the range, it is not a trigger that I would want in my carry gun because of how light it is. The trigger on the Nighthawk, however, is very nice. I don't have that concern with it as the trigger is not too light but also not too heavy. In my opinion, the trigger is just right for both fun on the range and carry defensive purposes. Now the last thing we did out on the range was shoot some of our new favorite carry ammo. I wanted to run each gun in slow motion using some of the 90 grain plus P Blue Line 9mm from Ultimate Ammunition, so here's that footage now. Staccato XC with the Chile grip and some Blue Line 90 grain plus P ammo from Ultimate Ammunition. Nighthawk TRS comp with some 90 grain plus P Blue Line ammo from Ultimate Ammunition. Alright, so we have some things to talk about now. You have watched the video this far, and I'm sure many of you have found your own individual pros and cons for each platform. Here are some things I would look at if you find yourself in a situation where you're trying to decide which one of these to purchase. So the first thing we all should be looking at is function, right? I think that we can all agree that these are both amazing guns and will have no problem getting the job done, whether you're out on the range or carrying this defensively. So now let's look at aesthetics. When looking at these two exact models side by side, I prefer the look of the Staccato XC. I like the front and rear serrations as well as the window cuts and island spot for the front sight. Now with the Nighthawk being the custom gun manufacturer they are, you can build your own TRS comp the way that you want, meaning that you can have front serrations, ambidextrous safeties installed when building your gun up. Next up is going to be the price, guys. The Nighthawk TRS comp is priced at $5,000, while the Staccato XC is priced at $4,300. It's a difference of $700. However, if you go and do what I did and add this Chile metal grip and magwell, you're looking at spending another $700. This makes both guns cost the same. Now, I'm sure some of you might be thinking if they are the same price, I'd rather go with the Nighthawk since I know that one gunsmith is building this entire gun. Also, that makes sense to me. However, I'm hearing that lead times from Nighthawk for customs can be up to 18 months. So now I know some of you that's an immediate turnoff, and that makes you want to go with the Staccato XC that you can find locally right now, or wait their 3-month lead time. If you're impatient like me, that might be the route for you to go. Now let's go back to the grips that I put on my Staccato XC. For me, if I was choosing between the Nighthawk TRS comp or the stock Staccato XC, I would go with the Nighthawk because I prefer those metal grips. I want everyone to understand this. Since I put those metal grips on my Staccato XC, I have now voided their warranty with Staccato. If you also want metal grips but are worried about the warranty, then going this route is probably not recommended for you. I also want to note that when it comes to the two different metal grips, I like the texture more in the Chile grip as it's a little more aggressive. However, if I was carrying this thing all day concealed, I'd prefer the Nighthawk grip because it has that golf ball dimple texture, which isn't as grippy. However, it's not going to tear up my skin underneath my shirt all day long. Alright guys, I hope that after watching this video, all of you now have a better understanding of why you cannot just give a simple answer of this gun over to that gun in regards to these two. There are many things to take into consideration, everything from aesthetics to price, lead times, and warranties. I wanted to make this video to illustrate these points, and I also wanted a reason to go out and shoot these guns again. I think that either way you go, you're going to be extremely happy with your purchase. If you're more of a super custom person, then the Nighthawk is probably the route that you want to go. However, if you're like a semi-custom person that likes to add their own touches, then the Staccato XC might be the route for you. I will say this though, I definitely think that we need to get a Nighthawk Sandhawk in our collection and on the channel for a video in the near future. Guys, thanks for checking out the video. We appreciate your support, and if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up down below as that does help out the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we post new videos every week. If you want to further support our channel, please check out that Patreon link down below. Our Patreon squad is a huge reason why we can make these videos for you guys all to watch. We greatly appreciate their support. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one.